这个拍力气稍微大点没关系，因为
The man seen leading this workshop was recently sentenced to 10 years behind bars, but to be honest with you, I think he deserved this and more. So the clip that you guys just watched doesn't have a whole lot of context, but it was recorded 9 years ago and shows a man by the name of Hongxi leading a workshop in self-healing. The clip is pretty ridiculous. It shows Hongxi slapping his head, it pans to the audience, we can see them doing the same, and this is all part of his philosophy of rejecting modern medicine and removing toxins from your body. Now, Hongxi was a big believer in something known as Paida, and for him, this was illustrated through his slap healing. He basically believed that if you slapped certain parts of your body, this could give you a proper medical diagnosis. For example, one time he slapped this guy's elbow and told him that he had heart disease. And you might be tempted to laugh at this, write this off, and think, who would really fall for this? But this is actually exceptionally dangerous because when people have medical issues, if it's lasting for a long time, they get very desperate and they start to believe things that just aren't based in reality. And this dangerous line of thinking that Hongxi spoke with such conviction about is what convinced two people to stop taking insulin shots for their diabetes and resulted in them both losing their lives. The first time Hongxi had an encounter with a diabetic that resulted in a loss of human life was back in Australia, where he convinced the parents of a 6-year-old diabetic to stop giving them insulin. Don't know, insulin is absolutely necessary for diabetics because this allows glucose to get into your cells, otherwise your blood sugar is going to be way too high and you can die from this. And the second incident in which this happened was involving a 71-year-old woman by the name of Mrs. Kargam, who was also convinced to stop taking her insulin, and after telling Hongxi this, he congratulated her, stating that this was very good progress. So, for a few days, Mrs. Kargam stopped taking her insulin, progressively getting weaker and more sick, and then during one of the workshops, she went into diabetic shock. Hongxi did nothing to help, didn't call the police, and she ended up passing away. And both of these cases happened within a very close time range of each other. The 6-year-old boy happened in 2015, the 71-year-old woman happened in 2016, so just now those two are finally getting justice for what Hongxi did. Now, because of Hongxi's failure to call medical professionals after she went into diabetic shock, this is the reason that he's being charged with manslaughter, although I think this charge is very low considering the fact that he literally convinced them to stop taking life-saving medication. And even outside of the fact that people lost their lives due to his very faulty and incorrect advice, there were a lot of people in these workshops that ended up going home very bruised and damaged as a result of the slap therapy. So all around, holistically, just a very bad workshop and a very bad idea. So as of now, Hongxi is 61 years old. He got 10 years, so he's going to be 71 by the time he gets out. Hopefully this will be enough time for him to learn his lesson, and if he does get out, hopefully he does not continue these workshops. If you see this guy, do not trust what he says. And just remember, if there is a magical cure for these ailments, it is certainly not through the use of force and slapping yourself. Trust your doctors. As always, let me know what you guys think about this case, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.